The sword is my body, which is my weapon. The shield is my mind, and that which I use to protect the soul. I shall never use these abilities except in defense of myself or others. For this beautiful gift which I have been given has been given of God. Thousands of years ago, the first human cultures practiced martial arts for survival. Over time, ancient African cultures were documented as having systematized warlike arts throughout the known world.
COMBA TAI originated in Africa, and from the migrations of Africans disseminated across the world.
The 6,000-year-old tradition of COMBA TAI is one of those practiced today.
When you look at the Egyptian hieroglyphs, you see the paintings of them kicking, punching, choking, using sticks, spears, bow and arrows. All that's martial arts. That was around way before China, Japan, or Korea, or any of it. Our training ability, our techniques, our mindset, our spirituality, to know that it originated in the motherland in Africa. Of course it gives me a sense of pride, but that doesn't mean that martial arts, in my mindset, or from anybody else's COMBA TAI's mindset, is only for African people. No.
Dr. Alonzo M. Jones is the co-founder of the art of COMBA TAI practiced today. Having researched, published, and lectured extensively on COMBA TAI around the world, Jones insists he did not invent the art, but was a catalyst for its excavation, resurgence, and diversification. He is called Soki, which means head of family.
My calling to develop this art form came from the training of my grandfather, who shared with me that humanity should benefit each other. And I wanted to pass the information on to the rest of humanity.
COMBA TAI descended from the oldest military order founded in 350 AD by the first Christian emperor Izana of Aksum, an ancient kingdom based on what is now northern Ethiopia and Eritrea, and spanning present-day Djibouti.
The early knights in Africa from Abyssinia, their objective was to defend pilgrims, to defend people that were in harm's way, and to offer that defense to as many as they could wherever they went. So their ultimate goal was to be a blessing to all the families of the earth.
The ancients migrated across the four great civilizations of the world: Egypt, Mesopotamia, Indus Valley, and China, while integrating a number of styles which increased the power of martial arts, along with mankind's self-development and spiritual evolution.
We took from Thai boxing, we took from Kung Fu, we took from martial arts even from Greece, we took martial arts from the French, like savate. So we integrated a number of different styles And we took the best of that so that we could increase what we thought was our military science, but also we wanted to make sure that we maintained this idea of self-development and health, and we wanted to use the martial art to help blend our academic, social, emotional, and self-control traits while assisting people in mastering the developmental tasks necessary to enjoy a satisfying and productive life.
The history of COMBA TAI is the hero's journey, glorious, dark, and challenging. In other words, the universal human condition of being born, learning, growing, struggling, overcoming, transforming, and dying.
Coming from Africa as what we call kidnapped people of the sun, and transversing the ocean and dealing with all that they had to deal with, and then getting here to the States and being treated in the worst conditions. Knowing that only strong people can do that and survive. Only a strong people can do that and survive. We weren't freed. We freed ourselves.
It is written, many whites and Choctaw farmers grew up with blacks in the piney woods of Mississippi. It was known they hated slavery and were Lincoln loyalists by the time of the Civil War. The Free State of Jones, as it came to be called, because, as Dr. Jones states, escaped Africans in the Mississippi Valley and the Delta formed secret societies to survive. They hid in the swamps around the Leaf River near Ellisville. By using the teachings of the ancient African ancestors, the Free Blacks and the Jones County whites conducted guerrilla tactics against Confederate troops in the piney woods of Jones County, Mississippi.
Knowing that those people in Jones County and other Maroon, South Carolina, other areas, Mississippi, Louisiana, everywhere had areas like this. But the ones that we know of from our lineage, Jones County, how they fought for their freedom, used the gifts that they had from the ancestors to fight and defend themselves. Physically, they had to be strong, but even more, they had to be spiritually and mentally strong as well. Knowing how that transcends into what we do today, right? We have tests right now that we utilize to test our warriors based off of those principles alone, that we still utilize to allow them to excel to the next level in COMBA TAI to receive the higher ranking and on their black belts.
Most people in the martial arts community take martial arts, whatever it may be, jiu-jitsu, karate, taekwondo, for self-defense. But COMBA TAI is more of an art of self-development, okay? So we learned that the battle in life comes from the inside out and not the outside in.
Enslaved Africans turned tragedy into triumph. It is written in the ancient text, fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. To not fear who can do all things is rather foolish. COMBA TAI is the equalization of fear. That's the key to survival.
I attribute the universality of COMBA TAI to that deep desire in all of humanity to survive, to overcome, and to be successful.
So martial arts is universal. It transcends to all corners of the world. Okay, no culture can claim martial arts as their own, right? They might put their own spin, their own twist on it. COMBA TAI is no different. We reach out to all aspects of humanity. We have African Caucasian, Hispanic. I mean, everybody's a part of what we do, you know, as a family, as a cohesive group. Any system that only has one group is really depriving itself of the flavor of the world.
I'm a Muslim by religion. So that shows that Christianity and Islam is all encompassing and all accepting, that we're all a big brotherhood, you know? That's what COMBA TAI does. It brings people together, right? So instead of bickering about differences, we find our similarities, because the whole, as a whole, we can conquer the struggle of mankind. That's why we're here.
The message of COMBA TAI is: the human family must continue to inspire. The gift of inspiration is inside all of us.
Sometimes it's going to be a tough journey, and even though you may not get the win initially, you come back and you fight harder. You rewrite that story, you figure out how you can fix that technique, and you come back and you fight. I just want to give that to other children who may not be able to ever share that.
COMBA TAI for me, it brought me out of my shell, brought me out of that shyness, gave me a sense of confidence.
COMBA TAI is a mentality and it's a lifestyle. And every morning when I wake up, I live COMBA TAI.
If you were here today in the class and you saw the children, you know, because those are our future. Those kids are our future. Those are the kids that are going to take care of us. Those are the kids that are going to carry the tradition of COMBA TAI into the future.
And just practicing here, you know, practicing at home, spending time together as a family. And when we first came, Rick was like, you know, he did Bible studies in class, and we were like, that's amazing. Like, we fit in, like, this is our home here, you know? And we decided, well, and then he made us do Bible studies too. You know, I'm not a big talker, but he kind of, you know, brought it out of me. And so we did Bible studies with the kids. We got to learn what it was like to, well, I got to learn what it was like to lead kids too. But yeah, just working together as a family, and watching them grow here on the mats and learn things on the mats, and then taking it home and learning new techniques and seeing if it works here.
So it helped us to sharpen how we communicate with each other, and it helped us to deepen that relationship and value how important that communication was. So whenever some torrential waters outside of COMBA TAI happen, it seems so much easier to now navigate those waters.
With me being a basketball player, I had to implement those same skills that I learned from COMBA TAI into another fashion of the world, which led me, like I said, to start my own nonprofit organization with the Community Save Project.
For me, martial arts, COMBA TAI, it's all inclusive in every aspect of my life. Professional, vocational, personal. I made it that way. I wanted it to be that way.
Teaching the kids, it's a great experience for me. You know, I feel like I connect with kids really well. And to see the smiles on their face and to see them learning martial arts, it's just a great experience altogether.
I think about where I could have been without the guidance. And like I said before, a good leader is everything. So Grandmaster has always been the good leader, you know, that we look up to. He's literally been like a father to a lot of us that didn't have a father.
Right now, how do we use COMBA TAI to defend the faith? By teaching, by spreading this knowledge, pushing young people, old people, anybody to be the best them that they can be. And understanding that COMBA TAI, to be honest with you, although we fight, and yes, we fight, COMBA TAI is about love. That's the bottom line. Love conquers all.
The most important thing I'd like to relay about COMBA TAI is it's not about any one person. It's about us all. It's all working together to make sure that we can live successfully, fruitfully, and we can be a benefit to generations that are yet unborn.
Let your light shine bright by being a blessing to everyone you meet.
Grandchildren were really involved, and going to the tournaments and everything, I enjoyed seeing them perform. I really did. It was awesome.